the way we showed up, I mean, it's not easy, but just the ability to bounce back, and you don't want to keep probably feeling like you have to keep showing up with championship responses from losses, because you just don't want to lose, to lose too frequently. But I just thought with that environment, the quality of what Kevin's done, in year one, here is, like I said to him in the handshake line, I think you're the Big East Coach of the Year, for what you've been able to do so far. And Shaheen, I think, obviously with what us and St. John's are doing was pretty expected, but the job he's done here, I think, has been worthy of the best coach in the league this year. Shaheen, Chris Holman, so it's gonna be a tough vote, but yeah, thrilled to get the win. Don't we? Obviously, the last 2.5 minutes maybe was a little bit of a mess, but how we played for 38 minutes was really strong.
You guys took control late in the first half, and then maintained that going in the second half. Just how key was it for you guys to kind of take it and then build on it in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we finally, I think finally, like our defense, when we didn't turn the ball over, we played elite level defense, and we were pretty sharp on offense when we got shots on goal. Obviously, the turnover situation reared its ugly head, but I just thought we rebounded the ball, we guarded, and we played offense at a high level, and our depth kicked in. That's kind of like bulletproof basketball right there, right? You shoot 55% from the field. You hold them to 40, and you go plus 13 on the glass, and your depth and bench shows up.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of respect for Duke Brennan, but he, other than the last few minutes, he scored all those points, like 3 rebounds. What does that say about the job that Taras and Eric kind of did down low?
Yeah, I mean, he got us the first time. I mean, he kicked our butt, and again, like we told Taras and Eric going into the first game, like this guy is. He's not looking to do a jersey swap after the game. Again, doesn't want you to follow him on social. I'm not even sure if he's on social. He's not going to like your posts, nor does he give a crap. So the guy, I got so much respect for him as a competitor. The amount of minutes he has to play for them too. With year one with Kevin, I mean, the guy is just an incredible warrior. I thought what was so impressive about our bigs today was that they showed the ability to get out and blitz and blow up ball screens and zooms and different things, but then also made it tough on him in terms of rolling. And but that's the capability that Taras and Eric have. We can't let each other down anymore. We have to show up like this. We're basically, for the rest of the way here, it's like St. John's is not going to lose. I'd imagine many more than 2 games. Obviously, they're coming to us next, so we can't afford to lose another game in regular season in the Big East if we want to win the league. And then obviously Big East tournament, you lose, you're done. NCAA tournament, you lose, you're done. So we're in like playoff. This was a playoff game for us today, like a must-win game, and it's the first of 3 must-win games, to end the regular season.
Coach, what's the main thing you take away from your 2 games against Villanova this season?
Just what it's going to be like moving forward when Kevin's in year 2, and you saw getting a job late because you went deep into the NCAA tournament, and but with what he was able to put together just in his year 1, getting a guy like a Caden out of the high school ranks with Jeffries and the smart portal ads, and just it's going to be pretty cool, these UConn Villanova games moving forward. I think there's going to be big stakes every time we meet. And it'll be just cool to have both programs at the top of college. And I think now we're tied all time. 40-40. Yeah, 40-40 tied all time. Fitting for 2 of the best programs.
Coach, you cashed in on a lot of timely cuts and actions from in and around the paint and the key today. The post and the key. Was exploiting their interior defense part of the game plan after you saw them less than a month ago?
Yeah, I think I think it helps. You play someone the second time. I thought we did a better job of cutting. They obviously there's two sides to it. Like we did some good things. I'm sure Kevin's gonna look at the film and say like, you just blew this switch or what have you. But it was, we blew the Creighton game because we stopped attacking the rim and stopped putting major pressure on the paint. We started shooting bad middies and doing really, really bad stuff. So I just thought that we learned from that debacle the other day.
I mean, depth was a strength for you guys early on. Then it's kind of, the bench was obviously struggling for a while. And tonight, 9 guys with between 4 and 12 points. Is that something that obviously can still be a real strength for you, especially with, it seems like a lot of teams kind of have like maybe a big three.
Yeah.
You guys have a bunch of different guys.
Well, that's what it was for us early, and then we got into a funk, and then there's two sides to it. I think it's there's definitely a player's responsibility, and then but there's also like the coach's responsibility to say things to the bench players, get in their ear before the game. Have some moments where you tell a player you believe in them, and we can't do this without you. And I think sometimes, my reaction to the bench guys, for unfortunately, which we're not perfect coaches, was just being mad at them about not producing. And I think, I thought in the lead up to this game, we did a better job of trying to build up their confidence. I know I did. Hey, you're going to get back on track tonight. We can't do this without you. Like, I'm going to play you. I'm not going to bury you on one mistake. So, but there's two sides of it. These guys got to show up the way they did consistently, like tonight. Jalen Stewart shows up like that with Jay Ross and Big Eric, Malachi, with what we got with the starters. We're fine.
You mentioned that was probably 4 of the games, a playoff game for this team. What do you focus? What have you guys focus on from this point forward? If there's one thing to seriously think from this point.
Yeah, it's obviously it's the turnovers. We'll walk away from this. And, at halftime we're up 2. I think we shot 50. I don't know, we shoot 57% at the half or something crazy. But we have like 8 or 9 turnovers. So turnovers. I like we did on the glass. We guarded today. It was the first time we've guarded in 2 weeks. 2.5, 3 weeks was the first time we looked like ourselves on defense, like really committed to it. So the only way that you are able to sleep at night this time of year is if you're playing again as close to bulletproof basketball as possible. If you're, you shoot a high percentage, you don't turn the ball over, you guard, you rebound the ball, and you've got depth on the bench. Like that's the only way that you can avoid being vulnerable this time of year, and it all showed up for us tonight, except the last 2 minutes.
Dan, you talked about the bench stepping up. Jay Ross and Stewie in particular, to see them have the nights that they had tonight, how encouraging was that for you moving forward?
Yeah, Jay Ross just came in immediately, just fixed our defense. Like Perkins was destroying us to start the game. We made some mistakes, but then that guy, I think that guy is like first team all league play for him this year. It's called Josh Hardish, but this guy has had a heck of a year, and that guy deserves, in my opinion, first team all conference. So, he came in, and I thought Jay Ross came in and did a good job of trying to get him under control. And then Jalen gave us good defense and some timely offense. Big Eric played like a guy that would be starting in a lot of places.
I feel like this is something you can build a lot of confidence with across the roster, just from a performance like this, being a good team on the road after a lot of really close games.
We have a lot of confidence. We've let each other down a couple times, and you just want to be able to leave these games where you don't have any regrets about how you showed up and the force you play with, and the effort that you give, and the desperation that you play with in terms of doing everything you can to win games. I think we let each other down in that Creighton game, and we needed to come in here and get that back. But we're 25-3. We made it clear to our guys. The sky is not completely falling in 23. We need to make the selection show today, and the top 16 reveal. We weren't even on it, and we ran through the tournament. So, when Taris Reed shows up at that level, that I thought he played with today, and the whole group, we got a chance to do big things.
How's Alex doing?
I think he felt better today. I called him a cargo ship. I think he was pissed about that. but he did not move well the other night. I think playing him less minutes in that game helped him a little bit today, and I think he's feeling better in general. So, and with the athleticism that St. John's brings, we're not going to afford for him to move, like anything but some type of a faster boat.
Yeah, how do you approach the turnover situation? Obviously, it seemed like they kind of come in bunches. It was like 5 and 4.
A bunch, right? Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad.
But obviously, you hit 9 against St. John's the last time you played them. Just how do you address
What
it?
did you let him hear? We just said 9.
Silas at 9 at
Yeah.
St. John's.
And then we have today?
7.
I just think they're so avoidable for him. They're a little bit casual. They're a little bit. I mean, just every dribble that you take as a guard, like you've got to change angles, you've got to change the cadence of your dribble, you've got to change speeds. Some of his turnovers come when he's got to try to get the ball to a spot and spray it to someone coming off a screen. He's just, he's got to get better at that. But it was just, just real. The best players, you watch an NBA game, they don't turn the ball over. They get shots every time down court. So. It would suck if this team doesn't get to its potential because we just turn the ball over too much. But we do all types of things in practice to try to fix it. But it's fucking fun. Ooh, ah! Oh God, there's gonna be an article. I'm sorry,
Is
guys.
there a score jar or something?
What's that?
In a score jar or
Went. I almost went for it.
Oh, okay.
But then I knew I couldn't do it. So.
I think we had a score jar or something like that, right?
The two things I tried to give up from Lent were cursing and sugar, ice cream, and 9 cookies. And I had no shot, so I'll wait till next time.
Kevin mentioned in games and environments like this where experience tends to be a big factor. Obviously, you just speak about Alex, who probably has more experience than any college player in the country.
Yeah.
You just go to the kind of dropping down his minutes a little bit the last game, probably helping him out. He had a game out every 4 minutes and just speak to his consistency on both sides of the floor. And less than the numbers, but just his impact on both sides and each possession.
Yeah, just the calming influence of being in the huddle or being on the court with the 2-time national champion and the all-time wings leader. The 4 guys that are with him on the court are getting, probably better advice on what to do than those players get from me. So just to have that on the court with your guys, or when you're, when you're on the wrong side of a run and you've got that guy, just talking to players about a lot of times there's a lot of players that say the wrong stuff to their teammates in huddles on the court. This is a guy that truly is like having an associate head coach on the court, and then part of it too. You get a big crowd like this, and things turn in the second half like that. This happens. It happens for us. You play a big game at home, team goes on a run. Instead of the crowd being into the game, the moaning starts. People start getting uncomfortable, and sometimes it becomes tougher on the home team. So I thought you saw some of that tonight. Where it's an amazing crowd. Coming here and playing is. I love it here. A lot more than the pavilion.
Anything else?